Welcome aboard the Cassard. This powerful little baguette in hands of the right player, like Ripper, can turn the tide of battle.
So why do captains write off this ship when it can clearly smack that ass, as shown here by Ripper?
The radar's gaze, she maneuvers with grace. With a speed, she vanishes without a trace. Pride of France on high, her flag waves. Bold Cassard, the seas defender, brave and cold.
Hey team, this is Ripper. You guys are doing fantastic. You got a fun video with the Cassard. Yes, tier 10, a French slash gunboat slash destroyer slash everything weird about this thing. And surprisingly, I don't really see many people play this thing. And I'm wondering why. And I started messing around with the builds. And this is actually a more of a gun focus hybrid of a torpedo build. As you can see, as the reload of the torpedoes is horrendously long. But we'll take a look at it, see how it does, and man, are you going to be a blast and blown away by this game. But as always, before we get in, like, subscribe button below. Appreciate all the supporters of the channel. See you value what we're doing here today. Smash those buttons, leave a comment. Thanks for stopping by, and I hope you enjoy the show. All right, Cassard, right off the bat on the eastern flank of this map. What is this map called? It's called Greece. So this one is that peculiar eastern flank area, as you can see right here. Everybody loves sneaking up this way. They think they can get past it, but man, oh man, is it difficult sometimes, especially when you have a massive push right here where you got Ohio, Barbiano, Gearing, Moskva. Very, very deadly combination right here. Wonder if they're in a div. Yeah, they are in a div. A Barbiano, Gearing, and a Moskva. They are definitely in a div. They've got a radar, they've got a smoke, and they got a rapid firing guns. Let's see how we contend with this. Right off the bat, you can see the Gearing there made a mistake, rushing into an area where they know Moskva. That's why I always say, look at the lineup first. So again, I hit the as lane mod button, and as you can see, I already see the first number that popped in my mind. I got a 12-kilometer radar. Moskva, very, very skilled. I know if this is a div, they're skilled. They know what they're doing. Gearing goes down right off the bat. We are down one destroyer. That makes me think that this game is pretty much gone. After you lose your first destroyer, you're kind of going like, okay, we're probably going to lose this game. But again, you'd be surprised in World of Warships. Never give up. There's always a blowout. All right, Shimakaze, we take one of theirs down. So we kind of even trade there. One destroyer on each side goes down, so we still got 3 on each side. So let's take a look at it. We're not going to mess around with this because obviously, as you can see, Cassard really doesn't have too many defensive measures. It doesn't have a smoke. It's got an engine boost, no heals. Not really very good at surviving, but if you'd be surprised, I think it does have somewhat of the French saturation gimmick in there, but again, it's not going to help you too much without heals or whatnot. Right here, you can see but we got a gun build here, 3.1 second with Fearless Brawler, so you get it down to about 2.9. We sacrifice reload on the torpedo, so you got 108 second reload there, and of course, the engine boost we built for it, it's plus 30%, so you get up to about 42, 44 knots-ish, something like that. And you're getting about 117 seconds off of it, so almost 2 minutes. So really, what is the gimmick of this thing? Really, it's the torpedoes that really do damage close range and then start tapering it off as you go further out. 13.5-kilometer torpedo range, so one of the best French torpedo ranges out there that I can find at tier 10. And you have guns, at least. And these are kind of like Marceau guns. Now, you don't have the DPM of a Marceau. However, they do pack a punch here or there when they are needed. And they do start, I believe, a pretty decent amount of fires. 7.5 fires. Yeah, it's not that great. 7.5%. But for some reason, they start a lot of fires when I shoot them. So, anyways, look at the torpedoes right there. You get 6 per side. They reload, like I said, in 90 seconds-ish to like about 100 seconds as Adrenaline Rush kicks in. And they sneak up on you. I'm telling you, they just randomly come out of nowhere. And I've always been hit by Cassard torpedoes. It's kind of like Gearing torpedoes. But they're okay. I mean, they're not bad. But right now, we're playing kind of this hybrid gun slash torpedo boat. Ouch. Look at that. See, that's how you don't mess with a Moskva. When the accuracy mod on it makes it hit targets so well. So you're literally going to have to rely on skill to get out of the way. Look, I had to slam on the brakes and turn to dodge that one. That would have hit us real hard. And we're down to 24,400 health. So survivability of this thing is a must. 25,000 HP. That's all you get to start with, and that's all you get to play with. So how are we going to play this map right now? Well, we're not going to mess with a Moskva. We're literally just going to start running away and start heading towards the middle to maybe to the north and see if we can do some damage there. Oh, here we go. So we got a low health Barbiano. Here's an example of the guns right here. Let's see how it actually affects in the battle. And boom, we take out their first div player and the Barbiano. So they lose a Barbiano right off the bat. We slam on the engine boost and watch, we can go up to 44 knots-ish here. And we're going to have to slam the brake. Oh, my God. Where did these torpedoes come from? Ouch. See, that was an unnecessary hit. Oh, well, we'll have to make use of it. See, we made a mistake there, and there's nothing I can do about it. We slam on the brakes, and look how much maneuverability this thing has to dodge all these incoming shells. We literally get so many things fired at us, and we bupkis, nothing hits us. And you're going to see later on, we're going to get combat scout, we're going to survive, we're going to be tons of things shooting at us right here. Look at these torp angles. Very, very nice, comfortable torp angles, kind of like Kleber style. So you can literally just turn the ship barely and still get both sides. Look at that angle right there. You can get some great shots and great launches out of these torpedoes. And we're going to launch so many torpedoes here today. So we're going to launch a spread in the direction of the Moscow. Hopefully we get a lucky hit there. And you're going to notice that majority of the Cassard gameplay is kind of boring. I mean, you're not really using the guns. That's why I built for the guns, because when you need them, you need fast reload. But the torpedoes, again, if you build for the torpedoes, it's still, the lowest I got them was maybe 90 seconds. So it's still a long reload and kind of boring gameplay. So again, like I said, the torpedo build, it doesn't really help me, so I might as well be stick with something that is consistent. I can wait 94 seconds. That's okay. But the guns, when you need them to be the fastest and most accurate you can be. So that's kind of how I played for it. Now, notice we're just spotting for our team right now. Sometimes you can still get the assisted ribbon with just spotting for your team, being that forward observer, helping out your team, and great. Look, we get a ribbon just for helping shoot the Yoshino. Now we're going to start working on the battleships. So let's take a look at Thunderer right here. Let's see here. Yamato's almost... Oh, I'm so tempted to fire my guns. Ooh, we get a nice torpedo out in the distance there. Again, 13.5 kilometers, a very, very nice distance, so I enjoy that a lot. Let's see here. We're not going to fire the gun. I so want to fire the guns at Yamato, but we'll save him for later, because right now we don't want to get shot by a Thunderer. That would be very devastating. We only have 9,000 health left. So right here, we'll launch a spread in front of the Thunderer. Maybe we'll get lucky with that one. And we'll launch one. See as he accelerates? I'm looking at that reticle. I look at his green circle. If that's full throttle, and I look at the circle, that means he can accelerate beyond that. So I always launch in front of him there. So let's see if we get a lucky torpedo hit. No, he dodges this one pretty dang well. So he gets lucky right there. So again, that one, we just totally missed that one. So we'll wait. Let's see if we get a lucky hit on that one. Nope. See, I don't want to fire because Montana and Yamato are not shooting. So I'm curious. They could swing their guns and blap me out of existence. So it's all about patience sometimes at Cassard. Again, kind of boring gameplay, but it's more of a long-term gameplay. So if you can have the patience to wait this long for the end game kind of results, that's where you really succeed. We get another assistant on the Thunderer there. All right, let's start working these battleships back here. All right, we've got a low health Yamato and a low health, kind of decent half health Montana. So let's see if we can get the torpedo. See, again, I don't mind waiting this long for the reload. We'll launch right at the reticle in front and behind. And then look at these torp angles on the backside here. Look at that. We'll launch a nice spread in front and behind. So let's see if he accelerates into those. That's kind of my backup. So we got 12 torpedoes out there. He's healing here, I think. Yep, he's healing up. Now, watch the power of these torpedoes and what they can do. He's healing. 36,000 HP, right? And they come out of nowhere. 1, 2, 3. Oh, wow. 4 torpedoes, enough to take a 30,000 Yamato hit right there. Very nice. And we get combat scout. Look at that. 153,000 spotting damage. Again, you can get a lot of ribbons just doing the spotting roll here. So we're kind of like a forward observer, Marine Force Recon 1 here. And just going out there and checking targets for our team and seeing how we help and assist our game that way. All right, we're going to launch one in front and behind the reticle there and see if Montana drives right into that. And he's probably going to accelerate. Notice that he's got the green throttle up. That means he's almost full throttle. So he's probably going to move this reticle forward. So we're going to aim right in front and see if he drives right into it and run right at the line right there. We're only 7.5 kilometers away. Let's see how they actually end up doing. All right, we're going to start firing. His guns are not aiming at us. So look, here's the power of the gun reload. 2.5 second reload here with Fearless Brawler. Let's see how it does here. We get what? 1, 2, 3 torpedo hits, taking out 40,000 damage. That helped us out a lot, a great deal. So let's see if we can melt this guy and help out our Lucians right here. Lucian's been doing a lot of great work right now, so the power of the Destroyer gameplay, I'm telling you, can really change the tide of the game. Let's see if we can get him right here. Almost down, 2,500. He's healing. He's got his health going right now. But look at the power of Marceau kind of caliber guns. Come on, baby. Get me. Oh, that torpedo. See, that second spread almost got him, but he slowed down just in time. And we get the kill with the gun reload Cassard. All right, 105,000 damage. 3 kills right there. Now we got to go for Charlie Cap. So we'll speed it up here, driving Charlie Cap, using the engine boost so you can go up to 46 knots, actually. Forgive me. We launch a torpedo spread at Ohio. That spread right there is going to play in to be crucial. He's got 47,000 health right here, ladies and gents. And let's see what the power of those 6 torpedoes can do. And I just launched him kind of right at him, and I didn't expect too much. I kind of remember where his reticle was at, so I'll launch right along this line right here. That was the last time I remember seeing the predictive reticle. Let's see how these torpedoes go. Come on, baby. Give me something here. Give me something. There's 1. There's 2. There's 3. And we get a flooding. Look at that. And what will this do? And we get the kill. 152,000 damage splash 4, ladies and gentlemen. And that is how we secure the win right there. Zhao is taken out by Lucian. Great job. See the power of destroyer gameplay. Now we're going to come in and help our Lucians. He's going to perma spot, and we're going to launch a spread right at gearing right here. Oh, he's only got 6,000. Let's see if we can secure the Kraken, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's have some fun right here. Power of the gun reload Cassard. 2.5 second, 2.4 second reload. So on par with kind of like gearing reloads here. Not bad, not bad. Oh, he's showing us. He's going to show us full broadside here. Can we get the kill? Can we get the kill? And there it is. Kraken Unleashed Splash 5. 154,000 damage to secure the victory right before the game ends, and that is how you do it in Cassard. I'm telling you, gents, this thing is actually surprisingly powerful if you use it in the way that really demonstrates the power of assisting your team with spotting, with torping, and the guns are there as a last deterrent. You don't build for you build for the guns, but don't use them that often. However, when you need them, they're there. That's why I like it. And you can see with the long reloads, you can still get some decent damage with the torpedo. 130,000 damage. Non-torpedo build, if you want to look at it that way. 102 torpedoes launched. Holy crap. That is, I'm going to have to snapshot that bad boy right there. Launching 102 torpedoes. Potential damage, we dodged a lot at the beginning there, but then we were undetected for the majority of the time. We spotted 153. My goodness gracious. What a forward observer. Marine Force, Marine Recon Force 1. Look at that. Isn't that incredible? Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video and saw how you could use the Cassard. It is not a destroyer I see very often, but man, when you use it, it is powerful. As always, if you see me out there, make sure you slow build to be at the end of the video. And as always, you guys stay safe, take care, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care. Cheers.